Very excited for the center of this room. Big room you're starting in.
Oh, you know one of them's gonna go right in the middle.
You know, no, you know what? Go right to the middle. Make sure you stop in one of the 4 gray squares.
I choose this
Cool.
one.
I'll tell you what happens. You know what? They're 6 out of 7. We're just fucking going with it. So you guys walked down down the stairs to get here into this. This is worked stone. You're underground now. You walked under the roots of the tree to get here. All you guys with dark vision, which is pretty much the whole group, I think.
My eyes do.
I think quite literally everybody in the group has dark vision.
Probably, because every species, race, whatever you want to call them, it's standard in 2024, just about has it, except for the one I like playing the most, so.
No, I get it. It's
Sucks to be me, I guess. All you guys look up as you're, like, just before you walk downstairs, and the tree, when it was carved, was apparently also hollowed out. Except for enough to carve and leave the tree stable. Like, took the big chunk out of the middle. Because as far up as you can see, which, except for maybe the 120 footers, and even then it's debatable with how big this tree is, if that would be the top. But at definitely the 60 foot range, dark vision people do not see the end of the tunneling out of the top of the tree part. The tree is massive. But you go underground. Eventually you find a worked stone structure, essentially. Or on land it would be called a structure. Here it's basically carved rooms, but probably dwarves did this at some point. Or magic, or both. And you kind of enter. There's a door immediately to your right, and a door immediately to your left. There's a short 5 to 10 foot, probably about 7 foot staircase. And there's a room that, there's a circular section to the big room. And there's a big circle in the middle. It's technically, like I said, I resized this for owlbear functionality, but technically it's supposed to be 40 feet across, since these squares are supposed to be 10 feet. But even reusing the resized numbers, it's still a good 20 to 30 feet across. The other thing that you notice is over to, you can see hallways that turn into more stairs coming off the sides of the circular section, and then sort of weird shaped rooms to fit the corners. They clearly cut this to a certain size. It wasn't like, oh, let's cut individual rooms and eventually stop. It was, we're making this roughly square shape this size and turning it into a floor. You also see 2 other doors. You can make out that there's probably doors across the way, or around the long way if you were to take the hallways. Although you can't see the hallways from where you are, I just couldn't be bothered to block partial row sections. What you actually can see is where you're standing and all of this. And you can
So-
see that near on the hall where the stairway curves go, there is hallways, but you can't really see into them from this distance. An angle. But it does appear they're eventually all going to link up. Except obviously the stairs, which are going to go to presumably a second floor.
Well, Grandpa, does this look familiar?
Not really. Do we see any kind of like writings on the wall or anything on the floor to indicate?
Well, tell me where you want to be looking for this, because right now in the entryway you're in, you literally see the walls and the two doors.
Yeah. Well, I guess like Yulgar would just like start walking like just about this far and just kind of like get a layout like this room here. See if there's anything like, on the outer walls.
You're mostly paying attention to sort of walking around and looking at the walls.
Yeah, like it's like either kind of writing or
All right.
warnings or whatever, or traps, like suspicious holes.
So, first of all, I need a dexterity save.
Oh, okay.
I was also going to look at the other side, so am I doing a deck save as well?
Is your main focus looking at the walls for clues?
I'll look at the floor.
Dirty 20.
I'll rephrase my question. Before I talked about dexterity saves, were you planning to focus on the walls?
I was.
I
Yulgar is.
I was gonna make him look everywhere, technically, like pan from the floor to the walls and back, like there's a sweeping motion.
Okay. I need to know exactly what you guys are doing in this place because it matters. I don't
Yulgar
need
is
like journal description, but I need to know the specifics because this place is funky.
Well,
I
Yulgar
will
will be like
be
focusing on the
paying-
walls, yeah, just looking for anything.
I will be paying attention to the walls, but I'm also paying attention to the floor.
Okay, so if you're more generally searching, then no, you don't need to.
Okay.
With a 20, you're fine. Even though you made your save, we'll say it's because of Thrak's help. Thrak, it's a good thing you are doing a more general once-over because he's so busy focusing on looking at the walls around him that he's not noticing the giant hole in the middle of the room. Yeah, spoiler, not spoiler, that gray circle is a hole.
I'm just gonna grab him by the back of the collar, like, all right, Grandpa,
Oh,
watch your step.
I didn't know that was there. When was that there?
The other thing I will say, once you both notice it, at least one, if not both of you, are the ones with 120-foot dark vision, correct?
Yeah, I have 120.
You can't see the bottom of the hole.
It's like, well, Grandpa, I saw it very pitch black the second we stepped down the stairs. I don't know how you didn't.
I was looking at something else.
So that's deep.
So now that you know to watch for the hole and also search around the room, both of you give me a perception check.
6.
Well crafted.
6
Uh,
9.
6'9". Wow. Off to a
It's
great
well
start.
crafted, and Yulgar finds a dick pic carved into the wall. But
Hell yeah, dick pic next to the hole. Dick pic next to the hole.
Suspicious hole. Don't approve.
no, you don't. I mean, there's signs of people having like probably teenagers carve their name in it at some point. There are definitely signs of actual writings and carvings, but nothing that stands out to you as obviously useful. Especially since you can't read it.
All right, everyone. Be careful of this giant hole over here.
Yeah, the rest of you are like, why did the dwarf just try to kill himself in the hole?
Grandpa, we're not going to be. We're
It's
not
just the
going to
instinct to
fall
go back
in
to the mines.
like you.
Or do we all want to go down this way, or do you guys want to open those doors?
Actually, can I move up here? Can I is there any rocks on the ground? Can I throw a rock down the hole?
I mean, yeah, there's some bridge rubble pieces here and there. It's well worked, but it is also old, clearly old. So that some of the little pebbles and chunks of rock from people making the carvings and stuff would be on the ground.
I want to throw a rock down the hole.
All right. Roll me a perception check, I guess.
Perception?
Yeah. Basically, there's no pass or fail for this one. It's more so just the higher you roll, the bigger rock you're going to get, which is going to give potentially more information on what it does when it falls down the hole. Because obviously, when it's going to eventually find a bottom.
You nat 20 on a rock.
Basically, it's going to give you a better idea of how deep it actually goes, because this really small pebble, even if you find the bottom, you may not hear that small of a rock, or if you do, it won't be loud enough to tell distinct details. On the natural 20 on your search, though, you find a good, slightly bigger than a fist-sized rock. Like, you can still one-hand it, but it's probably about the size of, I'd say, one of those toy kids softballs that are a little bigger than an actual sport softball, because the kids are supposed to have an easier time hitting it. Actually, probably a more like 7-year-old's toy basketball, where they're not quite ready for the full-sized one, but they get the in-between one. So it's decently heavy, but it's not roll worthy. You're a functioning adult. I don't care what your stat sheet says. You can pick up a 10-pound rock, and you pick it up and you drop it down the hole, and it's about. Forgive me, my time and speed measurements are probably a little off, but for dramatic effect, we'll say it's about 5 to 6 seconds before you hear it go thunk.
Oh, there's a bottom.
Based on that, and your high perception roll, which I will actually count as part of the all-one check, you figure for how long it took to hear it hit, there's at least 18 to 20 floors in this place. Assuming the actual structure around the hole continues that far. The hole is certainly deep enough that if there are things built all the way around it, it's going at least 18 floors. Probably into the 20s.
My character takes a step back, because this place is huge. He looks at Thrak and
the actual floor is not enormous, even if you allow for the imagination of these being 10-foot squares. But still, big enough. It's a good if you imagine them as the 10-foot squares they're actually meant to be, it's probably about 100 feet square, give or take. Maybe 100 to 150, with about 100 usable. Also, as we couldn't tell, the patchwork lines are where it's still just stone walls.
okay.
That's where they either didn't bother to carve, or they carved into it. So it here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This stuff here is just actual all wall, rock, not just the stone, just the carved out stone. It's basically either areas they didn't carve out, or showing that there's nothing accessible in that area. Back here, near these other doors, is some sort of weird glass panel. Seems to have been a glass blower and/or magic user must have done it, because it's curved glass, which is doable but difficult.
Interesting.
And then, yeah, like I said, there's also the stairs down. There's these little hallways here and here. They seem to have no doors on them, but lead into some of the rooms you think those other doors go to. Then there's the actual doors right where you came in.
Okay, can I observe the writings on the wall that they were looking at?
Yeah, give me. Are you trying to find anything new,
Yeah.
or are you trying to are you trying to decipher them, or are you trying to see if they missed a secret
Have
switch?
any?
What?
Yeah, miss something.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I believe. There, investigation. 10.
You do not find any signs of buttons, switches, any of the kind of thing you thought they might be hiding.
Okay. Continue on.
Yeah.
So
Ugar's not
you
liking
guys
this
are going
whole.
to continue that way.
I'm just
What
gonna be
are
hugging this
the-
wall as it kind of go around.
What are the
slow.
other three of, Ivy's there, but not obviously for Berber. What are the other three of you that are actively here doing?
I'm just following them for now. I can't actually see them halfway.
The hell do you mean the streamer doesn't have this map on his stream?
The map is on his stream.
No, I have it up. Should be up.
It is.
Say the problem is if you're gonna watch somebody stream like in Discord to keep up with it, I can't be the one to show it to you because then you'll see things you're not supposed to see.
Oh no, I can't even look at my phone right now. I'll be able to heal soon, but I'm just listening behind me.
Are you pulling a MIDI and out somewhere on D&D night?
No,
Rearranging
my
the room,
PC.
Um,
My PC is not set up at the moment. I am currently setting it up.
Sapphire's muted. MIDI, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm still moving stuff into the house.
I don't care if you need to be muted. It's just if you need to be muted, I'm not gonna ask you to actively participate because you're busy.
Excuse me? Hello?
Yes.
I wanna see some in the other rooms.
All right. The door to your right is locked, and the door to your left seems to. Give me a perception check when you get near it. What'd you roll? I had to change screens.
18.
18.
I was sort of counting on one of the 2.5 bards to do this part, but since they're all busy, that's fine. Perception check still works just as well for you. You think you hear music on the other side of the wall, or of the door on the left.
Hey y'all, I think there's something in here.
I'll go over to where Medi is, I guess.
You
And
think you need all of us?
I'm just staring into the hole.
I'm gonna open the door
feel
if it's not locked. Oh, sorry.
no, go on.
I feel like we should get moving.
Mitty didn't say they needed us. We can go forward.
The urge to jump in this hole is growing.
Are you one of those flying dragons?
Yes. I have wings. You can't see
So-
them, though. They're hidden.
That's crazy. The urge to throw you down there now is rising.
Drac, no. We talked about this before.
So I'm just gonna throw.
Throw Dragon Boy down the hole.
I'm just gonna throw a picture of the real life person that I kind of base this NPC off of into the chat for now, and then just use any random token just because it's easier that way. That's interesting. That door is not locked.
Then I guess me and Mitty open it.
I'm going to use this for the shiggles of the first campaign group. And because he has an instrument. He's not holding a violin. He is holding, I could try to be D&D appropriate and be like, oh, he's a liar. It's a fucking acoustic guitar. My world, if I want to make acoustic guitars real, then they are. Fuck them. He's holding a goddamn guitar. Apparently, I'm going to be playing you a slightly longer version of a song in a second because the original version doesn't exist on Spotify anymore, and Spotify is what our music thing will play. So you walk in and you see a human man. He seems to have the hand movement of clearly whether he's magically a bard or not, he's clearly a professional. Average height, average build, nothing there special there. Something does seem weird about him. He plays and he's sort of dancing around a little bit, not like jumping all over the place like Angus Young from AC/DC or something, but like sort of shuffling to his own beat, getting into it. He seems to move like someone in their late 20s, at maybe early 30s. But he looks more like someone who's like late 40s to early 50s. Because he visually looks like this. And he looks up when he sees you all come in. You can tell he was just sort of, especially the bards can tell he was sort of just jamming, like general practicing, scaling, stuff like that. He doesn't say anything to you right away, but he does immediately start playing what is obviously an actual song. And I'm going to play it in the chat. Like I said, I was going to play a minute shorter version of it, but that version doesn't seem to be available on Spotify anymore. And it still gets the point across. I was just going to play the slightly shorter one for game purposes, but I want to hear the song, and I literally based this encounter on it. So you're going to listen to it. Also gives me a chance to not talk for a minute. I'm going to mute.
But in time your time will be no more. You know your days are numbered, you count them one by one, like notches in the handle of an outlaw's gun. You can outrun the devil if you try, but you'll never outrun the hands of time. In time there'll surely come a day, in time all things shall pass away. In time you may come back, some say, to live once more or die once more. But in time your time will be no more.
Grandpa getting it.
I can hear what you're thinking.
Yeah, there's a longer guitar break in the middle than there is in the original, but that's fine. I actually kind of like the way he sings that ending pit better for D&D anyway. So he finishes that, and his hair's all, he doesn't have like down to his ass long hair or anything, but it's shoulder length, and it's just wild. It's just actually, I lie. It's not. It's weirdly still perfectly in place. He didn't seem to. He got into it, but he didn't like head bang along to it like I did while I was muted. As he strums the last chord, and it sort of echoes and then fades after a few seconds. And he looks at you and he's like, "Y'all like that song? I wrote that for you. I played it at your funeral."
I walk up. Oh, did I hear this? I'm over here. Wait, hold up. Did I hear any of this?
Not unless while she was opening the door, you said we're planning. You moved up there.
Oh, then I have no idea what's going on.
I mean,
Pardon
that's
me.
up. I suppose it's really up to you guys. I assumed everyone was going to go into the room together, but I have no idea. No one said anything.
From what I understood of it, it was only me and Mitty.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh.
Sapphire if they decided, but they were muted. So.
Yep, I hollered if everybody was needed. Mitty said no, so.
I was staring down this hole intensively.
So yeah, so the three tieflings will say, because Sapphire is busy and needs to be muted, went into the room together. And it would make sense for the bard to actually go into a room where apparently a bard is. But yeah, he looks at the three of you, and I don't know if what I said fully registered because Fahoon and I were kind of talking at the same time. He goes, "I like that song. I wrote that for you. I played it at your funeral."
You wrote it for us?
Yeah,
It wasn't.
I played it at your funeral.
If you played it at a wait, but
We're
we're
not
still
dead.
alive. We're not dead.
Yep. Give me 3 of you, or at least the 2 of you that are readily available, because I don't know how available. I know Sapphire only can't talk much, but I don't know how available she is verbally or dice rolling wise. But definitely you two. Give me either an Arcana or a History check, whatever you feel more comfortable with.
That Arcana of history, I think it's going to be history, but I'm lucky I just got my
I know they're both intelligence-based skills, but you might have proficiency in them.
I got 15 either.
Arcana of history. They're both the same for me, so I will do.
Hold on, let me look at the actual list of skills and see if there's an option that actually somebody might have. I mean, nobody in this party that I know of has anything except charisma and strength, but
Well, isn't Fahoon
Yeah, no,
wizard?
Fahoon's a wizard. We got some intelligence.
yeah, Fahoon wasn't with
Yeah.
you when the thing that this roll's based on happened, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter, but
Yeah.
I'm in the dark.
No, yeah,
Wouldn't
I'm
matter
having
anyway.
them roll on
Brains
this
the group
based
is-
on previous things before you joined the group, not just as a player, but as a character.
I got you.
Yeah, this whole
Like,
interaction.
if you're like once you've been introduced to the group, if you're not there for a session, then I just kind of imply you're with them in the background, but you literally weren't actually in the party when this took place. Let's see here. Skills. I'm trying to think of something else that somebody might have. Not because it's like I'm making you roll for something you have to get or anything, but just so that you actually have a fair chance to learn extra.
I can hear that.
Yeah, I don't know whose that is, but it's loud.
Fahoon.
yeah. Fahoon, how could you?
Gennaro,
What?
we can hear that.
Oh,
How could
sorry.
you, Fahoon?
I'm sorry. It was a new headset I bought. I haven't fixed it yet.
No worries.
Let's see. Let's go with anything else that makes Arcana history. I'd also allow insight. Probably be the other thing that makes the most sense.
Insight. I think that's going to be so much better for me.
Yeah,
You can re-roll that MIDI now that I decided that.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Is it though?
Hmm.
Oh my
Is it
god.
though?
Yeah.
You know,
Welcome to 2026.
I'll,
At least it wasn't a nat one, all right?
can I use heroic inspiration?
Sure.
That's fair. That is fair.
Go ahead and roll again.
14. It's better.
You said something just now that he seemed to acknowledge. He said he wrote that for you guys and played it at your funeral, and you went, but we're still alive. He went, yeah. You've seen a lot of weird time bending shit lately. This guy moves like a much younger man than he appears. Almost as if he came from somewhere old and came back young, but his actual visage didn't change. Like his body functioned younger as part of whatever would bring him backwards, but visually it didn't change. Whether that's exactly the case or whether I explained that well or not, I don't. Who knows? But that's based on your things you guys have experienced recently. You're like, either he's full of shit, but with a 14 insight, you don't think he is, or perhaps he's been involved in some sort of time magic as well. Also, I need everyone who's present and able to, no matter what room you're in, to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Oh, will do.
21.
Oh, okay, we're all doing good so far.
You had to say something.
Yep. I had to say something, yeah, obviously. Mitty?
Oh, wait, they changed Danger Sense. So technically I have advantage on that. So I'm going to roll it again just to see if I get a nat 20, but... Yeah, I didn't. Alright.
Still better than your other one.
It is better, though. So it is my roll is a 20. Dirty 20.
Mitty?
Maybe.
But yes, I'm alive.
Dexterity
Dex
save.
save.
Alright.
Dex save.
Oh.
It's a PP. Dex save.
Well,
What?
PP isn't. Oh, the PP is here now. So PP Dex save. Mr. Midian Fahoon.
Are the lowest.
Oh, what is this?
Huh?
What is this?
20 d6.
So, all of you see directly in front of you. Actually, you all kind of look up way as far as you're either 60 to 120 feet of dark vision can see. You can still, above you is still open. If they didn't bother to put a ceiling on this, it's still hollowed out tree above you. And you just, from as further up than any of your eyes can see now that you're some feet underground, you just hear a whistling sound. You all look up, and it looks like some sort of giant ball of flame is coming down the tree.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Now I
fuck.
need everyone to roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh,
This
Oh no.
This is not going to end.
I have a -1 in that one.
7.
Oh, that's not bad
I
actually.
got this.
17.
Please roll the lowest.
That's crazy.
Okay. Well, oh,
Oh no, Amethyst!
So,
dead guys. Goodbye.
Amethyst will come back to you.
No.
Thrak, Fahoon, and Sapphire.
Yeah.
I got it. Wait, what?
You all are hit with this giant ball of flame.
Oh, shit.
Cool.
Yulgar.
Yeah.
Mitty.
Eh.
You watch these three stop, drop, and roll, thinking they've been hit with a giant fireball. You realize it was an illusion. Or there's a third step to this series of checks. We'll come back to that. Right now, you think it's an illusion. For those of you who are in the habit of rolling low tonight, the next check might actually work in your favor. Amethyst.
That's me.
You are so convinced that that was a real fireball, you actually take half the damage that I rolled.
Oh my!
Oh no!
How much damage was rolled?
68 was rolled.
You take 34. You take 34.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not,
Psychic.
you take 34 psychic damage.
You strained your brain so much, you give yourself an aneurysm.
No, actually, you guys are still only level 5. That's a bit much. You take 20.
Better.
I am.
Better. Still hurts like a motherfucker, but better.
Yeah. I need everyone, even the ones who think it's real. That's fine.
You
I
would have
need
survived if you took half.
I would have, yeah.
I need everyone to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
That's even better.
The two of you who passed the intelligence saves, Mitty and Yulgar. Mitty and Yulgar, you have advantage.
Okay.
Both of the twins are
Okay,
getting
that's
nat
fine.
ones on these saves. I mean, I didn't get it on this one.
On
but-
advantage, I got 22.
No, actually, on advantage, you got a 12.
No. I rolled twice. I didn't do like
Uh-huh. And on advantage, you got a 12.
He said lower's better.
You can take the 22.
Oh, Lord's
if you'd
better.
like.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's right. Lower is better.
Okay.
Sapphire,
Wait.
you're lucky.
Am I?
You can take the 22 if you'd like and join Fahoon in this
Oh
mess.
no. I misheard. Right.
Yeah,
So
boy.
12.
It pays
So.
to be dumb.
We'll come back to Sapphire, where a natural 1 is essentially a natural 20 in this case.
Woo!
Yeah.
So Yulgar's taking the 12. So everybody who rolled below a 15, because I think
Yeah,
everyone
just
but
barely.
Fahoon.
Yep.
If you were thinking you were affected by, were hit by a fireball and were rolling it, you've recovered from that, and you're okay. You're back to yourselves. Amethyst, you with the wisdom save. I'm making this up as I go, but I had some idea of kind of what I was going to do with it. So I did have a little bit of a plan. Amethyst, in your case, since you had the intelligence save go the way you did, because you managed to beat the 15 or below, you do not suffer any longer-term psychological side effects. Except for maybe trauma of "ow, my brain hurts," but that's different. That's technically still physical, even though it was mentally induced damage. You have a headache, but nothing else.
Ouchies.
Fahoon, you not only are you convinced. Now, when I say convinced, it's not like you're like, oh, I have to retire as an adventurer. Like, it's not permanent. You will naturally come out of this after about a minute or two. But during that minute or two, you are convinced, and you remember the feeling of being convinced when you come out of it, that was real, and that you basically just watched one of your new comrades nearly be incinerated by a fireball. Sapphire.
Yeah.
You
Don't sound scared.
realize
You got lucky.
oh, I didn't get hit by that fireball that I thought I did. And neither did Amethyst, and everybody else seems fine. And even though you were in your state you were in from the intelligence save, you were still kind of you were in the moment. You just saw a fireball that wasn't really there. But you weren't rolling around quite to the same degree. Like, you didn't fail natural one bad. You were, and for purposes, I don't care what we had, people were positioned on the map. For the purpose of what I want to say about your wisdom save, you were close enough to Yulgar and Midi to hear them acknowledge to each other, I don't think that's real. And you now, with your wisdom, with your natural one that's, in this case, a natural 20 wisdom save, you realize that it wasn't real. Or rather, it could be real. Because you figure out that you just probably saw a possible event. Either maybe a memory of a past event or a possible future one, but you know it has something to do with the weird time vibes of these last couple places you've been, and you get the impression this place is more of the same. So you're not quite sure whether it would, without further investigation, not the specific skill, but investigation as in exploring, you're not sure if the vision you saw was an event that happened already here, maybe, or one that could happen here or somewhere else. But you were definitely like, that was not an illusion, it was an image. Also, for those of you that on the way that you currently are laid out on the map, now you're all since you're not all technically together, I did say you guys kind of bunched together for the purpose of story. But we'll say the other three are still outside, they're just at the doorway now. You don't have to move your tokens for that. Yulgar, though, as you would, assuming you move straight up towards the door, if we bothered to move the tokens, which again, I don't care if you do. Except I'm going to move him into an actual square. Yulgar, you'd still, by logic, be the closest to the back wall. As you guys come to from your various versions of that imagery, you notice that the curved glass has lit up. And the gentleman that played for you all, when you all kind of turn out to the doorway to face, sort of gather your thoughts and make sure everyone's actually whole, when the three of you directly in the room with him turn back around, he has vanished. Specifically, at the moment you turn around and Yulgar, you turn to face the screen, it lights up as he's vanishing. They seem to be connected in some way. Or at least there's a likely chance that they're connected in some way. Congratulations, Amethyst. You rolled well enough on the wisdom save that I didn't have to give you a madness.
Oh. Is everyone okay?
Thank God.
Well, that was
For the
fucked.
most part.
Well, guys, there's this weird glowing thing here now.
Touch it.
You're not in the same room as us.
Technically, for explanatory purposes of the story beats I wanted to hit there, technically you'd all be in the hallway next to the door they're in, so they could talk to you.
There we go.
Well, I mean, you guys could also move yourselves out. I was going to say the three of you moved up to the door, but either way, however you want to visualize it. The point is, you guys were all within speaking distance of each other in order to make descriptions I gave work.
Well, yeah.
So, if you are going to try and explore it, which of the paths do you want to take?
Well, before we go, like, does anyone need like
Is
any
it-
kind of healing or anything, or y'all good? Need a healing potion?
That's a nice mute. So no, nobody
Now-
needs healing.
I'm going to ask a very important question. Kanan.
Yeah.
Yulgar was the first one to notice that fireball was fake.
Yeah.
Why would he ask if anyone needs healing when he knows it's fake?
Well, someone could have scraped a knee. They're rolling around.
Ah, so Grandpa
Huh?
asks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me rephrase the
Boo
question.
boo.
A scrape to the knee in D&D terms would be at most a hit point worth of damage, if any. Why are you metagaming? And not even hiding it well. I'm actually more offended at how piss poor your attempt to
Poor.
justify it was than the attempt itself.
I apologize.
You could have said like, okay, can I roll a perception check to see if Amethyst is hurt?
You could have.
That would have been, a little bit better.
Now, you wouldn't,
Just a bit
very
better.
likely, unless you rolled stupidly high, wouldn't actually notice anything happening.
Hey, it's-
Having said that, Amethyst,
Hi.
you can feel right about where in the real world, well, I mean, you would have handkerchiefs and stuff, I guess, in fantasy world, but right about the peak of where it's safe to try to clean your nose out with a Kleenex when you're sick, before you're pushing too far. Right there, it stopped there on that little lip. It didn't come all the way out visually. You can feel after that psychic blow just a trickle of blood that wanted to come out but stopped itself from your nose.
Also, I can report it. Dew is on the way.
Lovely. They'll be back in time for post-break. We're not going for break just right this second, but we're going to be calling break here in a second. So Yulgar, which path do you want to take to go investigate this thing? You will still have to open one of those other doors. It's not me being, scary, threatening DM. Literally, they're closed. You don't know if they're locked or dangerous, but they're there.
Let's go this direction over here. Like this way.
I was gonna ask if the glass is lit up in like a specific way, or if it's just like a glow.
From back where the rest of you would be, it's just a glow.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, since there's those lines I was talking about, define walls and stuff in the middle, technically you shouldn't even be able to see it, but I don't care. I choose when things take effect. So as you're coming in this way, the little room that you come into here, You see some other glass panes along the walls in the corner. That also seem to have a dimmer but noticeable glow to them. Seems to be an odd purpley color.
Oh. Hey guys, you probably want to come check this out. I guess I'll just like kind of move further into the room just to get a closer look at this. I'm assuming like this is like what we're talking about, right? This corner?
Yeah, basically any of those, all three of those visual aids are screens, for lack of a better term. I now see the problem because the DM that I play with on Sundays, I'm tweaking it some. Literally, some of the description I'm taking roughly a rough version of it from the map maker who made the map, which I know he did as well once I actually looked at it from the DM side and read it a bit. He tweaked it to fit his, and I'm doing the same, but for lack of a less meta term, they're basically magical screens. And they seem to be just showing a bunch of random symbols. I guess I'm going to give some quick descriptions. Don't worry about if a note taker at all writing these ones down. These are just examples. Some of them may come back somewhere down the line as something you should write down, but I'll tell you when that's important. For now, it's a visual aid, like a circle with a triangle on top of it, almost like, you know, a stick figure head with a birthday hat on, or, you know. Then there's another one that looks the same, almost like an ice cream cone where it's flipped upside down. And there's another version where it's a square, but the triangle's under the bottom, but the tip of the triangle is holding up the square. Like, it's just weird geometric symbols and shapes that you assume means something in the combinations they're in, but God knows what. You do also see some actual text blowing by. What languages do you speak? I can tell you you're not going to be able to fully comprehend it because you're just experiencing this specific language / dialecty thing for the first time.
I have Common, Dwarvish, and Goblin, so I'm pretty sure I would not be able to identify any of this.
It's not that you can't identify any of it. It seems to be almost like, at least for the written characters, someone blended symbols from more than one written language to like make their own new language writing. So like, it's almost like if you took the English alphabet and like, say, where I live, it would be Inuit, but like one of the native written languages that has it uses more sort of symbols than traditional letters, but they have the same number of symbols, the 26-ish range, and mix and match them to make a whole new alphabet, essentially. You do see what looks like an ancient, at least, form of Dwarven characters among the ones, or are based certainly on Dwarven, ancient Dwarven version, but it is a very old version of Dwarven.
Interesting.
And it's not just like I said, you recognize from your studies of both as a monk and a dwarf who likes to know some history about his people. That it is an older script of dwarf, but it is clearly some of those mixed with other old characters from other languages to blend it to make their own alphabet and language. But instead of making all new writing and symbols, like I said, it seems like they piecemealed how they decided which symbols from which language and which other languages, who knows? But you can tell enough about the Dwarven part that you're like, yeah, that's not modern. It's certainly ancient dwarf script, and it's not completely Dwarven, but they definitely took some of the characters, or at least inspiration from them. But you think they may have just straight up taken essentially parts of the dwarf alphabet, for lack, and blended it with equivalent ones from other languages to generate a new alphabet, and thus language base. I'm assuming at some point the rest of you end up joining him. You don't have to move the tokens for this part if you don't want to. I just want to know if people are actually there.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
He yelled for us, so I'm a coming.
Yep, I'm coming.
Fahoon, what languages do you speak?
Sorry, let me get my character sheet. Oh, I speak Common, Draconic, and Goblin.
So, you also recognize some of the characters as Ancient Draconic. But much the same, you're like... And just to save you guys... I mean, you can certainly roleplay more about it if you want to as well, but for exposition purposes, you can tell by the look on his face, on Yulgar's face, that it's like, I don't read or write Dwarven, but based on him looking like he's reacting much the same way I feel I'm reacting to seeing some Ancient Draconic, I'm betting it's also really old script and some of it's Dwarven. Doesn't take I mean, you're also very smart as a wizard, but it doesn't take a genius to look at somebody and go, we're having the same reaction right now, aren't we? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
You can see it on his face, and your intellectually is like, okay, well, if clearly these are partial alphabets of Old Draconic, probably the rest is filled in with something else. But looking at his reaction specifically, you're like, I think some of that is Dwarf.
Yeah.
Ivy, since you just arrived and we're about to go for break, I'll let you do something before we go. What languages do you speak?
Give me 1 second to get my character sheet pulled up. I literally just sat down.
Also, what react to PNG avatar is this?
I'd like to know, I did go with them, but I don't
Draconic
have
and
anything
Druidic.
to add to that. I know
Draconic and Druid, cool. So you recognize the same symbols Fahoon does. They are an ancient form of Draconic script, but they're still... It's like the difference... When I say ancient script, the letters are still the same. It's more the way they're used when you read it. You can make the parts that there are some sections that are more Draconic or more Dwarven or more whatever, as the characters still make an alphabet together. You see a section that's basically a whole long enough string to make a word or two, and you're like, it's like reading Shakespeare in 2025-6. It's like, I know what that says, but that's not the way we say it or write it anymore. In places where enough Draconic joins together to form things you can read as a word here and there. Proceeded, you had said something?
I did also go with them, but I only speak Draconic, other than sign language and common, so I don't have anything to add.
No, that's fine. MIDI. I mean, at this point, I'm assuming, like I said, I don't need you to move the tokens, but I'm assuming once he yelled for everyone that everyone came eventually. MIDI, what languages do you speak?
Let me check.
Man, a lot of people speak the Draconic. That's
The
5 out of
Wakonic?
the 7.
Madwagon.
The Wakonic.
Wow. But that's 5 out of the 7 people that speak it.
Well, of course, the bards know Draconic. Gotta fuck dragons somehow.
Draconic, Elfish, and Common.
Some of it is old. Some of it is actually old Elvish characters as well. And And between, actually for you, because you know two of the languages they took some of the inspiration from, you can actually make out chunks of words. I'll tell you if they mean anything after break, but like you can actually, you're like, oh, they used mostly Draconic and Dwarvish and Elvish characters for that. Whatever letters are, you're not sure if it's letter for letter like a common alphabet or if it's sequences or exactly what it is, but you know enough of the translation of roughly what it should line up to in each alphabet version of the alphabet to start to kind of piecemeal bits together, since you know two of the languages. Rek, what languages do you know?
Common,
I
Goblin,
have-
Orc, and Thiefskin.
What was it?
Common, Goblin, Orc, and Thiefskin.
The Orc helps you with some of it, and I will say that's the four. It's Elvish, Orc, Draconic, and whatever the hell the other one I said was.
Dwarven.
Dwarf.
Oh, so we'll be able to piece it together.
It would take a long time since not one of you speaks all four languages.
This is true.
It's also cycling messages.
Yeah, we would be pretty much playing a game of telephone with a completely random generator.
Like, and again,
Words.
while the little phrases or words you can piece together in sections where certain characters were used more or whatever, you think you're also all technically still jumping to the conclusion that even though they took those symbols from those languages, that they are letter for letter. Like, you might see 5 Draconic symbols in a row that you're like, translated directly into Common, that would be the number 3 written out as a word. Maybe that's how they're using it. You're not sure. But with the bits and pieces each of you can pick up, it's probably more or less what they did, because you can find strings of a little bit longer of a language each of you know, where even if it's only 2 or 3 letters, you're like, in Elvish, that would be the common word it, and that would be and it seems to flow that way in this mixed script, so it's probably still correct. That being said, we're going to take a break, and then we'll get more into what it specifically says. Between you all, you're like, that's definitely a new language or a weird way to combine old ones. Odd. It does seem to be providing some sort of messages or readings of some sort. For now that you're over here, you do realize and can see properly, you do notice the door to your left to the other panel is just hanging open. That one's not closed.
Like this one here you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Why did music stop playing all of a sudden on my...
I don't know.
Oh, Yugar is probably going to be like a little bored of this and just going to start wandering over.
Oh, I saw shit that I didn't understand. I immediately backed away.
Oh, SpaghettiOs.
Hey, I'm
Oh,
actually...
yeah, in the corner where you just backed over to, Threk, there are samples.
Yo, we in a food court?
I don't think that's kind of samples.
Yeah,
No.
I know.
No.
So am I seeing chunks?
Yeah, bits and or chunks.
Is it fresh?
Hard to tell. It's in formaldehyde or D&D equivalent.
Preservatives.
Yeah, it's being preserved.
Yeah.
Based on the condition of them, you figure it's probably been there a while, though, because it's less preserved and more old.
Does it look like trophies or like what the fuck else would that even be? Like
Hard to say what it
alchemical?
was. Hard to say what it was for. In the 5 containers, you see on the outskirts, the one furthest from you and the one closest to you. You see a pair of what are clearly the same person's hands. In the middle one or two, you see 2 feet. And in the central of the one where the corner is, you see a weirdly pickled looking but possibly still beating heart.
Oh, it's the head.
Hard to tell what's movement from the pickle juice and what's possibly it's still beating.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
What do the rest of you want to do?
Immediately try to read whatever parts I can out loud.
I wanna go down. I wanna jump down the hole.
Oh, no.
I wanna activate my draconic flight, and I wanna see it to fly all the way down there and see what's down at the bottom of the hole.
Fuck, now I gotta go look at your fucking draconic flight because they don't normally have that.
Yeah, it's a new 2024 thing. They get a flying speed of their movement for 10 minutes.
Welcome to 2024.
It is objectively a more fun version because there's a lot of shit that's just like, hey, do shit.
We'll get to that.
But at the same time, it's like we gotta learn new things on top of it. So
Ivy, give me an Arcana or an investigation check.
That's never horrifying to hear.
Who's
Could
giving
also
that?
do it. Could also do insight if it. Ivy is supposed to be doing that.
All right. You said Arcana, Insight, or Investigation.
Yeah, I try to always throw if it makes sense, if I can justify it, insight. Mainly just because Arcana and History is going to come up a lot, but they're both intelligence skills.
Oh wait,
Oh,
that's the
no.
wrong character. That's the wrong character.
King Nicholas.
King Nicholas.
That is. I forgot that I used Avray at one point.
And was that like the
Dude.
PNG tour you were using before?
Probably. Either way, it's still not good.
You can pick out a word or two here and there, but with the gaps in between, it's not even really worth noting because they don't make any sense. It'd basically be like teaching someone a spelling test. It's just a word. Like, you know what the word means, but there's no context for the words you can make out because they're so spaced out in the messages. Most of the words are made up, which is what leads you all to think it's probably a alphabet here, alphabet there, blended into a matching number of characters alphabet, because most of them are mixed and matched. There's very few that happen to line up to all be based off the same original language. The only one that stands out is repeatedly, not like on repeat, but you see it in coming up in the messages that seem to be different messages. They're cycling, but there's different ones. Just from the layout of them, you eventually can tell it is repeating the messages, but there's multiple messages it cycles through. But one word you do seem to see popping up in several different messages. I know it's one of those things where I'm borrowing from the game I play in that you also use this dungeon, but I'm tweaking it. I'm trying to do, so I know what I'm basing it off of, but I'm trying not to just use the exact same verbiage, so it's still somewhat unique. It seems to reference. Give me a second. I'm just gonna do a quick synonym search. Let's go with this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just find a different word instead of a synonym. It's the synonyms, but the one that he already used is by far the best sounding version of that type of word. I don't want to steal it directly. Second. Yeah, I'll just go with a rhyming word. Not because I'm trying to make it rhyme with the original source material, but it's one that is the closest to the same vibes. You seem to see what you realize over time seems to be the word gloom an awful lot. Ilgar, what are you doing?
I am more towards like you said, like this door like is open, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I just kind of want to wander in there, like have a good look at like what this thing is.
So this one does seem to be doing some readings, and this one seems to be interactive.
Ooh, buttons.
Oh lord.
There are 3 buttons that seem to be pressable. It's sort of like a touch screen.
Oh.
These ones seem to actually, just the way they're like shaped, you're like, this is a strange magical device, but usually buttons are 3-dimensional, but I know what the visual of a button looks like, and that looks like it should be touchable. You can press any one of the 3 left to right that you one would like.
Are they all like pretty much exactly the same They're just positioned differently? Or are there any differences in the buttons?
Oh, there's different like symbols or letters or whatever.
And these symbols aren't like immediately identifiable, right?
No.
Hmm.
It's one of those kind of things where even you might be able to identify what they like. What they're these ones are more like almost like cave drawings, like artistry, not just basic rock scraping a rock, but it's more of like I can kind of make out what I think the image itself is, but I have no idea what it means in reference to what button I press. It could have something to do with the effect the button has, or it could literally just be a identifying marker as part of this weird mix and match language thing they seem to use.
I
Have used.
I think I'll call Amethyst over. Hey, Amethyst, like, check this out. Does this look familiar to you at all? Like, any of these things?
I have not forgotten about Fahoon. I'm waiting to see what happens with this to tell you what you see and what happens.
I got you, no problem.
Oh, please press the right
I
button.
didn't even realize that in the little drawing it kind of looks like there are actually 3 possible buttons on the screen. It just described that and then looked at the map and went, oh, that actually kind of works.
Convenient.
Oh,
It's like
my
3
mic
because
was off.
Oh.
Whoops.
that would do it.
You keep doing that somehow.
Okay,
and never
listen,
on
this
Discord
time,
where I can tell you you're muted. You always just turn your mic off.
this time I have a valid reason that I can't say. Anyways, you'll go close me over. No, I just can't say because look. I forgot what you were asking me now, Yoko. What did you ask?
Yeah, there's like asking like, you know, do any of these symbols like look familiar to you? Like,
No, none of this
hmm,
looks any familiar to me.
should we push one of these? What do you think?
Amethyst is just gonna press the button on the right.
Okay. So
I was debating on just doing it right away before even answering your question.
I'm going to actually type out what these are, mainly so I don't forget them. No, actually, backwards. I did have. This is the problem when you think of stuff as you're saying it. Is I was like, oh no, I'm picturing it in my head one way and then imagining you looking at it the other. I'm like, I gotta flip that around because I mirror imaged it in my head.
This one.
You hit the right one, you said?
Yes. I forgot about that.
Let me edit that message slightly.
What is that image?
Great.
Oh no.
There we go. Just so I remind myself what it's for when I pin it. So you press the right button, and Fahum, you open your wings and you start to drift down into this hole. And you started before they did, so you get 2, 3, 4, 5 floors. Don't really see anything specific. You can tell it's also shaped and worked, and that probably the other floors around here are as well. Not a lot to see at this point. Not saying there won't be plenty of things to see in the hole at some point, but you haven't made it down deep enough to where it's more man-made still. The walls are blocking a lot of the view. You do kind of see, like, sort of platforms nudging out where doors are, as if probably someone added that there so that they could come in and out of the central chamber. You get about to the 5th floor, and then weirdly, even though you're 5 floors down, you hear a click at the same time that the rest of you see Amethyst press a button.
Oh boy.
And you're like, a little odd. And as you try to beat your wings downward, you face resistance. Increasing resistance. And after 4 or 5 pretty heavy, like, you're not doing little flaps, you're doing big, heavy, direction deciding wing beats. Not only can you not go any further down, you get shot out of the hole.
What the what?
Dragon cannon.
With a rush of air. The rest of you see him come back up to the 1st floor and almost eat shit on the floor, but once he's blown out of the cylinder of the hole, he's able to float back down to the floor and catch himself.
Well, that just happened.
And what the rest of you now see, as the air that was blowing him upward reaches the 1st floor and gathers in one place, is a humanoid tornado-like shape starting to form.
Oh, fucking.
As it takes more
Hey, it's a
than
friend.
as it takes solid enough form to not just be air anymore, it has an odd purple hue to it. And eyes appear roughly where a head would be on a full humanoid creature, and sort of a mouth appears. And where once it's fully formed, this sort of purple-hued human tornado lets out a blood-curdling screech. And that's where we'll end for this week.
Guys, I think we scared our new friend.
Welcome to the party.
It was a short session because I started a bit late on the later end, which I'm trying to get out of the habit of doing. If at least 4 or 5 of us are here, I just didn't think of it, and I didn't have to cut it. I'm not running into the washroom right this second, but I knew I wanted to cut it just in case. Once I found a good stopping point, I'm like, he's gonna jump down the hole. Oh, he has wings. I don't want him to. The parts that he is where he can see stuff, I don't want him to see that. Oh, I have this panel that I was planning to put these buttons in. See if they press. Let's see which one they press. Oh, they pressed that one. Okay, well, I don't have to worry about him seeing anything too early because they've successfully blown his ass up and cause the potential combat to start.
Wah wah.
I don't mean to sound cynical. This dude's gonna kill us.
Nah, it's just a new friend.
No.
So long as it's not an owl bear, we'll be fine.
It's a new friend.
Not
That's
gonna
all I'm
kill us,
seeing.
It's gonna blow us away.
He's gonna
Right,
rough
Thrak?
you up. He's gonna rough you up a little. There's
Gonna
six
blow
to
us?
7 of you.
Oh no.
Nah.
He's gonna blow us.
I think
He is-
Yilgar's a little too
He is
old
going to
for
be
that.
the first creature. He could be the first creature in recorded history, both in real life and fantasy world, to not through 2 different actions, but all at once give you both a blowy and a handy.
Oh no.
'Cause his
I
hand
like the
is
sound
made
of
of
that.
blow.
Huh.
Wait, it's a cocaine hurricane person? He's made of blow?
No, blow as in wind.
I know.
We haven't hit the
We're gonna-
cocaine monster yet.
We're gonna be blowing.
Man, we should
Why?
feed the
Shit,
cocaine.
There's a cocaine bear down here.
That's the joke I was just about to make. We should feed the cocaine creature to an owlbear.
Oh great, now I'm gonna be dropped again.
You'd have to be able to see the cocaine creature first.